Today on Running to Him.
Our life as a Christian is directly tied to Abraham's obedience to God's call. Today's reading from the reading plan is Genesis chapter 12, and we will concentrate on verses 1 through 3. Genesis 12, 1 through 3 says this, Now the Lord said to Abram, Go forth from your country, and from your relatives, and from your father's house to the land which I will show you. And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great, and so you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and the one who curses you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth will be blessed. There is a reasonably good chance that the command in verses 12, 1 through 3 predicated the move from Ur of the Chaldeans in chapter 11, verses 31 through 32. That being said, Abraham waited until his father's death to move into Canaan. When God spoke to Abram, he gave him one command and 5 results of following that command. Abram's obedience began the process of the coming Messiah. Previously, there had been general revelations, particularly Genesis 3:15, about Messiah. Now there's a pronouncement of the family from which he is to come and the extent of his work. Now, beginning in verse 3, we have the promises and the result of those promises. First, Abram will be the beginning of a great nation, and he will be blessed. At this point in Abram's and Sarai's life, there was no hint of having their children. Abram was 75 and Sarai was 65, and even though he was capable of sexual intercourse, Sarah was beyond menopause. Therefore, the fulfillment of this promise was to be a miracle in itself. God would bless Abram with a family. The next promise was that Abram's name would be made great. Now, if you just count the population of Judaism, Christians, and Islam, you will quickly see that this promise has been fulfilled. Each of these religions view Abram as the head of their family, so to speak. The comment following the promise, and so you will be a blessing, points to the idea of what Abram did in his life that would result in a blessing to those in his generational line. The next promise, and I will bless those who bless you, is significant because that promise is proven true throughout history. All of the nations which have blessed the Jews, the blood descendants of Sarah and Abraham, have been blessed, but only while they are being consistent with their support of Israel. Now, I'd like to stop here and just comment on what it means to support Israel. I do not mean that a particular nation or people should agree with everything that the Jewish population does. What I mean is that we should protect Israel from those who would destroy her. Through that protection, we will be blessed as a nation. The promise of cursing those who curse you clearly teaches that those who wish permanent harm on the Jews will ultimately be cursed. If we think through history for just a moment, we will see that the Jews are the only people who have survived with a language and a culture, and a religion, intact for more than 3,500 years. If you begin with the actual nation of the Jews when they're exiting from Egypt. Only God can make that happen. All the nations that have hurt the Jews as a people have eventually fallen by the wayside as a nation. Abram is being a blessing to the entire world is fulfilled through Messiah, Jesus. We who are believers are grafted into the nation of Israel, Romans 11, 13 through 36. Paul describes this promise and its fulfillment in Israel in Romans chapters 9 through 11. Our life as a Christian is directly tied to Abram's obedience to God's call.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.